What's the evaluation like after a loss like that?
They whooped our plain and simple. Got to be better.
This is Washington Commanders D tackle Johnathan Allen.
Anything they did that surprised you guys early on?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think it's just a lack of focus on our part, a lack of attention to detail, not starting fast, and creating holes that are too big for us to overcome in the second half.
Does it get frustrating when that team...
Yes, it does. I'm tired of this. Tired of this bull. It's been 7 years of the same. Tired of this.
What can you do now going forward to get it turned around?
Get our minds right and get ready to play Philadelphia.
And he is just tired of losing.
Right now, what are the emotions like going through your head personally?
It's tired of losing, man. I've been here for 7 years, and all I've done is lost.
The same way Broncos offensive lineman Garrett Bowles felt after his team's 70-30 loss. You remember that? To the Miami Dolphins. Johnathan Allen is 28. He's been there since 2017 when he was drafted in the first round out of Alabama. He's coming off a season where he had 7.5 sacks and 9 the previous year. The frustration is boiling over. And who could blame him? The last winning season for the franchise was in 2016. They're under 500 yet again. They lost to a backup quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, filling in for the injured Daniel Jones. The Giants, in beating Washington, notched their second win of the season. By the way, Tyrod Taylor does not get enough love for the quarterback that he is. He comes in, helps teams a majority of the time in a backup role, and is crapped on. There was also that stint, it was either Buffalo or when the Chargers were in San Diego, where an injury was misdiagnosed on Tyrod Taylor. I have always been a believer of in his with his time in college at Virginia Tech, and honestly, I feel like he could probably start in this league over some of these guys that are up there right now for starting jobs. Washington has now lost 7 of their last 10 against the G-Men. On the season, they've lost 4 of 5. The Chicago Bears, my Chicago Bears, were winless until they played and defeated Allen's Washington Commanders. It was the Bears' first W in almost a year. Head coach Ron Rivera, sitting at 5 games under 500 at his second stop on the head coaching circuit, is undoubtedly on the hot seat. As we look at the schedule, and you tell me, okay? You tell me where these wins are. Philadelphia? No. New England? Don't know. Seattle? Probably not. The Giants again, knowing the trend? Probably not. At Dallas? The Dolphins, the Rams, I suppose the Jets, the Niners, and then Dallas again. The wins will likely come in the form of one weird game where they beat a good team because the NFL is just odd like that. The Giants and maybe the Jets. The Eagles are running away with the division, and the Cowboys are hoping for a wild card spot. The season is simply slipping away, from Johnathan Allen and company. To put a bow on this, I am curious, and I think I'm going to reach out to former athletes that I've worked with and that I've spoken to in the past, how this just drains the psyche of a professional. Think about it. Yes, you are paid handsomely for your services, okay? And Johnathan Allen just signed a huge extension with Washington. However, this is the dreadfulness of professional sports, where even if you are paid handsomely, the losses pile up. There is very little wiggle room that your team has for winning a game, and it just starts to get dreadful. I remember hearing a story, basketball, where Joakim Noah was saying because of the coaching nature of Tom Thibodeau, Kyle Korver would sit in his car outside the practice facility until the last second when he had to be in. And they would just look at each other, knowing how the other was feeling about practice. And those teams were winning. When you are losing, it affects your daily life. It affects practice. It affects film. It affects the relationships that players have. It affects the lack of camaraderie that a coaching staff has with players. It's draining. And he gave you a very small soundbite, which is a glimpse into the world of a losing franchise.